The HOA president called my flowers unauthorized biomass. Now he wakes up to donkeys guarding my crops. The sound of a ruler slapping against a blade of grass is a sound you only recognize if you live in Oak Creek Estates. It's a sharp, crisp thwack that echoes down the cul-de-sac every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m., signaling that Bill, the HOA president and retired city planner with a Napoleon complex the size of Texas, is on patrol. I stood at my kitchen window, coffee mug in hand, watching him. He was wearing his signature khaki shorts, a polo shirt tucked in with military precision, and holding a yellow plastic ruler against the edge of my lawn. He stood up. He pulled a notebook from his pocket. He scribbled something with a pen that looked expensive. Then, he walked up my driveway. He didn't knock. He taped a bright orange envelope to my front door with blue painter's tape. I sighed, put down my coffee, and walked to the door. I peeled the envelope off. It was heavy. Violation notice, unauthorized biomass/noxious weeds. Description, milkweed patch in sector 4, front left. Fine, $1,000. Remedy, remove all unauthorized vegetation within 48 hours and replace with standard Kentucky bluegrass or a state-sanctioned agricultural product. Failure to comply will result in a lien on the property. Biomass, I whispered to the empty hallway. I walked out to the sector 4 in question. It was a small, 3x3 patch of native milkweed I had planted for the monarch butterflies. It was blooming. It was beautiful. It was teeming with life. Bill was standing on the sidewalk, watching me. He had a smug little grin plastered on his face. Morning, Eric, he called out. Got the note? I got it, Bill, I said, waving the orange envelope. $1,000 for flowers. They aren't flowers, Eric, Bill corrected me, stepping onto the edge of my driveway but being careful not to cross the property line. They are weeds. Milkweed. It's in the name. It peace promotes chaos. We have a visual standard to maintain. Uniformity is value. It's for the butterflies, I said, feeling the heat rise in my neck. Butterflies don't pay dues, Bill sniffed. Get rid of it. You have 2 days. Or I call the lawyers. And Eric, don't try to fight it. The bylaws are ironclad. Bluegrass or agriculture. Those are your choices. Agriculture, I repeated. Yes, if you want to grow tomatoes in a pot, fine. But that jungle, it goes. He turned and walked away, his ruler swinging by his side like a sword. I went back inside. I sat at my kitchen table and stared at the letter. State-sanctioned agricultural product. Bill thought he had checkmated me. He thought I would fold, hire a landscaper, and lay down sod like every other obedient drone in the neighborhood. He thought he could bully me into submission with a ruler and a fine. He forgot one thing. I'm a researcher. I spend my life reading the fine print that other people ignore. I opened my laptop. I didn't look for sod prices. I looked for the definition of state-sanctioned agriculture. I fell down a rabbit hole. State codes, zoning laws, and then, buried in the depths of the State Historic Grain Preservation Act of 2019, I found it. Section 14, the Living Museum Exemption. Any property utilized for the cultivation, preservation, or study of heritage grains recognized by the State Agricultural Board shall be classified as experimental agricultural land. Such land is exempt from municipal aesthetic ordinances and private association covenants that hinder the research. Experimental agricultural land, exempt from covenants. I leaned back in my chair. A slow, cold smile spread across my face. Okay, Bill, I whispered. You want agriculture? I'll give you agriculture. I didn't just order seeds. I contacted the State University's Agricultural Extension. I applied for a grant. Not for money, but for status. I registered my address, 402 Maple Drive, as an official heritage seed saving site for a rare, multicolored variety of corn called glass gem. What happens next isn't just a gardening dispute. It is a masterclass in weaponized biology. By the time the sun sets on Monday, Bill isn't going to be worried about the height of the corn. He's going to be staring at a piece of industrial-grade security equipment that will permanently alter his view of the neighborhood. And the best part, he literally asked for it. Kindly follow on-screen instructions for full video.